Welcome back to the channel, Black is One, where the agenda is to edify the black race so that we can build and prosper. Now, in this video, I'm not going to be taking on any topic per se, but just to take the time out to say thanks, to show my gratitude for my supporters, and to give a projection of what will be coming in 2023. You see, I've been very busy during the festive season, so I didn't get to put out some videos that I had in mind. But I said to myself that I couldn't allow the year to end without saying thanks. You see, I started this channel in September 2022, September 9th to be specific, and at that time I had 0 subscribers, and to date I have 98 subscribers. That might not seem like much, but I don't take it for granted that 98 people voluntarily choose to subscribe to my platform. I mean, if I had a church with 98 members, that would be a lot of members. So I just want to say thanks to my subscribers, and there are some persons who have watched the videos and have not subscribed, so I thank you for your viewership as well. There are persons who watch the video, they share the video, they like the videos. I want to say thanks to everybody. I don't take it for granted that people would spare the time, even 10 minutes, to say watch a video, or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. It is your precious time. You could have watched something else, so you choose to watch a video. I'm grateful. Like I said, I have 98 subscribers. That is 2 less than 100. I wanted to finish out the year with at least 100, but I fell short by 2. Come 2023, hopefully I can get 900 more. So the target for 2023 is 900 subscribers, or 1000 subscribers. So that means that I would need another 900. As I said, this video is like my vote of thanks, and at the same time I want to give a projection for 2023. Now, as it relates to the projection for 2023, I just want to backtrack a little bit on the last couple of videos that I did before this one, where I was doing that series on the different countries that have teams in the World Cup, the European teams especially. Many persons express a kind of hurt, over the fact that I said some things about their team that was, how should I say this, that they didn't expect, or that they didn't know, or that they take offense to. Others are grateful for the information. Some people think that I am biased because I didn't say anything about Argentina. It's not that I was biased per se, it's just that I started the series late in the World Cup, so I ran out of time. But just to say that based on some of the reactions that I got from the France video especially, I realized that there is a lot of misconception surrounding the country France. We're not talking about the team France now. We're talking about France itself as a country. What many people know is the France associated with the great Napoleon, France and Paris being the city of love, and France the freedom fighter, fighting for liberty, equality and fraternity. Those stuff that we learn about in Caribbean history class. But not many persons know about France in Burkina Faso. Many people don't know about France in Cameroon, or Togo, or Guinea, or Senegal, or these countries. So I plan to kick off 2023 with a series on France. Come 2023 as well, jumping into February will be Black History Month. So I want to have a Black History Month series as well. And this time, just listening to the comments and taking the temperature of things on the ground, I'm going to be talking about black and black glory. I'm going to talk about black history before colonization, black history before slavery, before apartheid, before segregation, before Jim Crow. As I said, it will be blackness twinned with gloriousness. Stories of triumph and unity. This won't be a long video, but before I end the video, I just want us to keep the momentum going. Join voices. You see, the train of black liberation and black justice, black power, is rumbling in the distance. But you know, sometimes when you hear a rumbling, I mean, you can tell that a vehicle is in the distance. But sometimes it is difficult to tell whether or not the vehicle is coming or is going. But I want to tell you, I want to assure you that this train of black liberation and black justice and black power, it is not going away. It is coming. It is an approaching train. A train that will never be derailed. I can assure you that the voices that are railing against the past and present tyranny over black people and Africa, they are not getting quieter. They are getting louder. The amount of people that are speaking out against black injustice and black subjugation and black oppression, these people are not getting fewer. They're getting more. More black people are becoming aware of their history and identity. More and more black people are reading the books and watching the documentaries, listening to the conversation. Africa is uniting. Black people are uniting. And I'm inviting you to pick a side, to pick our side. I'm inviting you to choose your people. You know, I was looking at a post on a channel on YouTube, Mr. Imhotep. He posted something. He said that 31% more Brazilians have identified themselves as black in the last 10 years. Now, the Brazilian population did not rise by 31% in the last 10 years. But what happened is that black people are coming into their own. Black people are becoming more proud of themselves and are owning their skin color and their identity. You know, so something is happening. Say, Germany returned some of the stolen arts and artifacts back to Africa. So something is happening. There's a reparation conversation going on right now in the West, where, you know, cities like St. Louis and Illinois, these places, Minnesota, North Carolina, California, are far advanced in discussions as to how to calculate the reparation that is owed to black people. Right here in Jamaica or in the Caribbean, there's a CARICOM Reparations Commission that was started in 2009. I was listening to a speech made by Hilary Beckles. I'm not sure if he's still the chairman or the president for the commission, but I was listening to a speech that he made in the British Parliament in 2014, and he was saying that 20 years ago, when you talk about reparation, people look at you like you're weird, like you're alien, like you come from space, you know what I mean? But here was Hilary Beckles speaking on reparation in the British Parliament, the same parliament where the laws and policies were drafted to enslave and colonize black people some 400 years ago, or over the last 400 years, because we have to bear in mind that there's a continuity, you know, slavery didn't just end, or colonization didn't just end and everybody pack up and clap them hand and say, all right, that's it. There are still these systems in place, and those systems on the British side were crafted in the British Parliament. So something is happening. Black people, my fellow brothers and sisters, wake up. Join the movement. Join the process. Participate in the conversations. As I always say to you, read books, watch documentaries, play a part in the journey. And don't be one of those persons who lives in the illusion that the playing field is level. It is not. The wealth gap in America is as it was in the 1960s. The average white family has 10 times the wealth of the average black family. Yes, you have some rich black people and some poor white people, and some rich black white people and poor white people. But on average, when you average it out, are 10 times wealthier than the average black family. On average, black life expectancy is lower than that of whites in the same society. Blacks are still at the base of every health index in these countries. I was talking to somebody the other day and was saying to me that things have changed and what I'm doing is not necessary. To educate black people is not necessary because I'm talking about some things that are in the past, just digging up old sores. You know what I mean? The progress of black people is just a matter of individual effort. So what he was saying essentially is that, take wealth for example, that the black people that are not wealthy is because they haven't worked as much. And to prove his point, he was saying to me that he believes that black people are in the top 5 of everything. So the thing that I'm quote unquote whining and complaining about do not exist. So I did a quick Google search on the Fortune 500 companies in the US. That's the 500 richest companies in the US. I did a quick Google search on who their CEOs were. And it turns out that out of 500 companies, 494 were white. Only 6 of them were black. And then we want to pretend as if the playing field is level, as if that is not systemic. You know what I mean? The infant mortality rate in the UK tells another story, that the playing field is not level, that the race is not yet won, that there is something happening to black people that we need to sort out, that we need to fix. They said that the neonatal mortality rate in the UK is 43% higher among blacks than it is when you compare it to whites in the same society. In the same UK, the number of black women who die in childbirth is 5 times higher than the number of white women who die in childbirth. I wonder if people understand those numbers. So if out of every 1,000 women that gets pregnant and go to the hospital to deliver their baby, take 1,000 white women and 1,000 black women. If for the white women, out of that 1,000, 20 of them die. When it comes to black women in the same society, in the same country, in the same hospitals, 100 dies. Why is that? Mass imprisonment of black people in the US is still a thing. Black people make up 13% of the general population, and yet they make up 38% of the prison population. And black people do not necessarily commit more crimes than white people. So why are they disproportionately represented in prison? Now I could go on and on with these examples, but the point that I'm trying to make is that these problems exist, that there are racial disparities as a result of the legacy of oppression and tyranny that we have been under. These disparities exist because the same persons that have oppressed us, that have lied to us, that have stolen from us, that has killed us, that have tortured us, that have lynched us, they are the same persons in charge of the society to a large extent, a very large extent in which we live. This is not a sad story. This is not a call to cry. This is a call for us to understand ourselves and where we are and where we stand, and to face truth, and to care about what is going on, and to care about each other. This is a call to use our genius to solve our problems. This is a call to unity, a call to ownership. So instead of trying to seek equality and whatever in these spaces, this is a call to create for ourselves the things that we would want. You can't force somebody to love you, you know. You can't force somebody to accept you. You can't force somebody to be nice to you. Our progress and our security, our prosperity cannot be predicated on them getting a change of heart and one day be nice to us. We have to see what we want, go out there and get it. Have a vision of what we want, go out there and build it. This is a call to self-awareness, to understand ourselves and our history, understand our enemies. A call to unite and rebuild our civilization. Happy New Year, my black brothers and sisters. Remember to subscribe to the channel and like the videos and join the movement. Black is one. Live the revolution.